All right, I want to talk about the MLB MVP situation really quick. This won't be announced after the World Series, so no rush. But either way, on the NL, you got somebody like Ohtani clearly going to win. Not even going to argue there. But on the AL, we have a very tight race and good situation. Let's pull up some stats. This is really going to just come down to Kyle Raleigh of the Seattle Mariners at catcher and Aaron Judge of the New York Yankees. If you look at the numbers here, Kyle Raleigh with 60 home runs, 125 RBIs, very impressive. A 247 batting average, which is not so great, but for 60 home runs, fine with that trade-off. The only reason that it's an issue here is because you're comparing it to Judge's numbers. Now looking at Aaron Judge of the Yankees, 53 home runs, 114 RBI. He won the batting title with a 331 average for the best average in the league. Super impressive there. Looking at both these guys, they're both very deserving, obviously. Kyle Raleigh to me is the better story, but I think Aaron Judge was the better season. Kyle Raleigh leading the Mariners to win that division for the first time in like 1,000 years. He really did will them. Not that they didn't have a good team, but his presence was huge. If you look at other stats like OPS and wins above replacement, also listed here. Good baseball metrics, but at the end of the day, it's about how many times you get on base. I know Raleigh had a little gap advantage in home runs and RBIs over Judge. The gap between averages is very big. On top of that, Judge makes it up by leading in runs scored between the two. The OPS difference also helps. If you're a baseball nerd, that's obviously on base percentage plus slugging. I'm not going to go super into that. Just another metric to show how well he did with getting on base in general, combined with power stats. Oddly enough, Kyle Raleigh at catcher with 2 more stolen bases, but either way, neither were impressive in that. There's always going to be voter fatigue for a guy who's always in the conversation, someone like Aaron Judge, just coming off an AL MVP. I wouldn't be upset if Raleigh won the award, but if you had to blindly put these stats in front of me, I do think Judge's season was slightly better than his. There really is no loser here. I would go Judge, not even by bias. I just think that batting average is way too big a gap to ignore. But with a little bias, I will mention that the Yankees came back and tied that series against Boston in the wild card round, Game 3 today. Very excited for that. Nothing better than postseason baseball. Can't wait for tonight's game. Go Yanks.